Hey, Sarah, make sure you change the bed sheets today. It's summer and we're sweating a lot. Can't believe you've left them unchanged for a week.
Sorry, I'll change them later.
When exactly? You said that yesterday, too.
I was going to do it during Emma's morning nap, but she woke up early.
That's always your excuse lately.
It's not an excuse. She's been struggling with her sleep schedule.
My mother managed fine with me when I was a baby.
Every baby is different. Emma needs more attention right now.
I've been trying to catch up on laundry while Emma naps. The laundry's piling up too. What have you been doing all day?
Feeding Emma, changing her, trying to get her to sleep, cleaning bottles, doing dishes.
Seems like you're just making a list of basic tasks.
Basic tasks that take all day with a crying baby.
You've been really letting things slide lately. I get that having a baby is hard, but you need to find a way to manage everything better.
I know, but I'm so sleep deprived lately. You know how bad Emma's been with the night crying. I'm barely getting any sleep.
Everyone with a baby deals with this. You need better time management.
Easy for you to say when you get uninterrupted sleep every night.
I need my sleep for work.
And I need to sleep to take care of our daughter safely.
You're being dramatic again.
I'm trying my best, but it's not as simple as it looks.
Maybe that's because you're not taking her for walks during the day. Tired babies sleep better, don't they?
I tried taking her out yesterday, but she started crying in the stroller. It's not that simple.
You gave up after one try?
No, I've tried multiple times. She gets overwhelmed easily. There's timing and her mood to consider. I've tried different strategies for the night crying, but sometimes she just cries anyway.
My coworker's wife manages just fine with twins.
Good for her, but this isn't a competition.
Seems like you're just making excuses.
Every baby is different. Emma needs constant attention right now.
You're babying her too much.
I'm responding to her needs. That's what mothers do.
Look, you're a stay-at-home mom. You should be able to handle the housework at least.
I'm doing my best to balance everything.
Your best isn't good enough lately.
That's really hurtful, Mark.
You're being too soft on yourself. I've noticed you've been buying takeout and getting deliveries more often. At least cook proper meals.
Well, why don't you watch Emma then?
That's not my job. I work all day.
Being a mother is work too. I haven't had a full night's sleep in months.
Here we go with the complaints again.
They're not complaints. They're facts.
I want dinner ready when I get home. I'm starving after work.
I tried making dinner earlier, but Emma was fussy.
You're home all day. Having meals ready is part of being a housewife.
I'm a mother first, Mark. Emma's needs come before anything else.
You're using Emma as an excuse for everything.
You need to consider that we have a baby now. I only gave birth 3 months ago. I'm still new to being a mother. I can't be perfect right away.
Only 3 months? It's already 3 months. I was understanding in the first month, but shouldn't you be used to it by now? It's been over 100 days.
Being a mother isn't something you just get used to in 3 months. Can't you at least stay home on weekends? I could meal prep and focus on housework if you helped.
So I don't even get freedom on weekends after working all week?
It's not about freedom. It's about being a father. That's not... I appreciate you working, but I'm caring for Emma 24/7.
That's what mothers do.
And fathers should too.
I'm already providing for both of you. Now you want me to work more?
Spending time with your daughter isn't work. It's being a father. I want you to help with raising Emma.
I am helping.
How? By coming home and complaining about dinner? Playing with her occasionally when you feel like it isn't enough.
Are you picking a fight?
I'm trying to have a conversation about sharing responsibilities.
We already share responsibilities. I work, you take care of the house.
Parenting should be more than that. Am I wrong? Do you know how long my showers are since Emma was born?
Here we go.
Less than 3 minutes. You just sit on your phone while she's sleeping. And I'm always the one getting up for night feeds.
You want me to handle night duties when I have work the next day?
Even one night a week would help.
You can nap during the day, but you want me sleep deprived?
When do you think I nap? When I'm cooking, cleaning, doing laundry?
You must find time somehow.
It's not like I can sleep whenever I want.
Well, you can at least relax on the couch with Emma.
Holding a crying baby isn't relaxing.
It's crazy that you want to push childcare onto me when I'm exhausted from work.
And I'm not exhausted?
I show Emma plenty of love in my own way.
Holding her for 5 minutes while I wash dishes isn't showing love.
You're being ungrateful.
Parenting should be a partnership. If you were away on business trips, that would be different, but you're here at home.
I told you I'm tired.
I'm tired too.
You're just being spoiled. There are single parents out there raising kids on their own.
So because others have it harder, I can't ask for help?
Don't complain about managing housework and childcare when you don't even have a job.
How can you say that? Taking care of a baby is a full-time job.
Whatever. Talking to you is wasting my break time. Just change the sheets and make proper meals. No shortcuts.
Mark, please, come home.
Huh? Why?
Like I said this morning, Emma and I both have fevers.
You mentioned feeling warm, not having fevers.
It keeps getting worse, and I can't rest while taking care of her.
Can't you handle it yourself? It's just a fever.
Emma's temperature is really high. I'm worried.
If she has a fever, she'll be quiet anyway.
No, she keeps crying. I have to hold her constantly. My arms are shaking from weakness.
Take some medicine.
I barely have strength to stand up anymore. Please come home.
I don't want to. I don't want to catch whatever bacteria you two have.
We're your family.
I have an important presentation next week. Can't risk getting sick.
What about your family's health? Then at least drive us to the hospital.
It's Saturday. Everything's closed.
There's an emergency clinic. My fever is at 102 degrees Fahrenheit, and Emma is really high too.
Just take some medicine and sleep it off.
I tried that. Nothing is working.
Then try something else.
I need help. Emma won't stop crying.
You're probably making her more anxious by being anxious yourself.
Please, I can't rest. That's why I'm asking for help. You're just out having fun on your day off. Why won't you come home?
Look, I'm staying out because you're sick and can't make lunch.
That's your concern right now?
I'm being considerate here, trying to let you rest quietly.
How is abandoning us being considerate? Shouldn't you be taking care of your sick wife and daughter?
Don't push your definition of normal on me.
This isn't about normal. It's about caring for family. Emma's suffering too.
Me being there won't change anything. Stop being clingy.
Clingy? I'm asking for help because we're sick. Mark, I can barely hold Emma anymore. My arms are shaking.
You're exaggerating.
Fine, I won't rely on you anymore.
You can't survive without relying on me.
Watch me. I'd rather be alone than be with someone who doesn't care. I can't consider someone family when they won't even care for their wife and daughter when they're sick.
Whatever. I'm not coming home tonight.
Seriously?
Don't want to catch your cold. I'll stay at a hotel.
So you can afford a hotel but not help your family? Then I won't do housework anymore. Don't rely on me.
Sarah, I haven't seen you around lately. Stop slacking off with the housework. The house is a mess. Where are you? At least reply to my messages.
Excuse me? You finally contact us and that's what you say?
Mom?
Aren't you worried about their high fevers?
If you want sympathy, you should do your job properly. Where are you? You want to skip housework because you've got a fever, but you got the energy to go out and play? Being a housewife must be nice.
Your wife and baby were seriously ill, and this is your response?
I bet you're just hanging out at your parents' place because you want to slack off on the housework.
You need to stop this nonsense.
Who do you think you're talking to? I'm your husband. You can't talk back to me like this.
Mark, your wife and child are gone.
What? Who is this?
Your mother, of course.
Mom? You're joking, right? This isn't funny. Give Sarah her phone back.
No, I'm not joking. She's gone.
What do you mean Sarah and Emma are gone?
You left Sarah with a high fever to go have fun, remember?
Yes, but...
She called me and I rushed them to the hospital. They both had to be admitted.
The hospital? It was just a cold! But if you're with them, they're okay, right? They're alive.
No thanks to you.
Mom, stop exaggerating. Stop with these stupid jokes. They're fine, right?
If you're capable of getting angry, why couldn't you rush to help them? Yes, they're alive, but it was touch and go.
Touch and go? What do you mean?
If we'd gotten to the hospital any later, I don't know what would have happened.
It was just a cold. They wouldn't have died. Why do you have to be such a drama queen? You're making this sound worse than it is.
Sarah was already in terrible shape from sleep deprivation and exhaustion.
She was just tired.
When I got to your house, she was unconscious.
What? Why didn't anyone tell me sooner?
Why didn't you check on them yourself? Why did your wife have to call me instead of her husband?
I was busy.
Oh, yeah, you refused to answer her calls. Because Sarah had collapsed, Emma wasn't getting fed either.
Emma wasn't fed?
If I hadn't gotten their call, I don't even want to imagine the worst-case scenario.
I didn't know.
And you don't understand any of this, abandoning them both. I can't believe you could do something so inhuman.
Are they at the hospital or at home? Mom, please tell me where they are.
I'm not telling you. Wait until Sarah contacts you.
I need to see them. Why isn't Sarah messaging me? If you're using her phone, you must be with her. Put her on.
Sarah's still sick and doesn't have the energy to deal with you. If you realize you've done something terrible, then wait. And whatever she says to you, accept it. Reflect on everything you've done to her.
At least tell me which hospital.
No, you lost that right when you abandoned them.
Sarah, come back. We're not finished talking. You can't just leave these papers and go.
I understand how you feel.
No, you don't. You suddenly come home, leave divorce papers, and move out? That's pretty selfish.
What's selfish is abandoning your sick family. Surely you understand why I want a divorce.
Because I didn't take care of you and Emma when you were sick? One mistake doesn't justify divorce.
That was just the final straw. Ever since Emma was born, I've been wondering why you wouldn't help with childcare. You wouldn't help with housework either. Even though I was struggling after giving birth, you were completely unsupportive.
But I had work. I was providing for our family.
Money isn't everything. Emma needs her father. You could have helped on weekends, but you dumped everything on me because I'm a stay-at-home mom. I'm sorry, but I can't raise a child with someone who won't cooperate.
Wait, let me apologize first. I know I messed up badly.
It's too late for apologies.
Sarah, I'm sorry. Mom told me everything, and I realized I was such an idiot.
I saw your messages. You weren't even worried. You just complained about me slacking off with housework. You cared more about a clean house than your daughter's health.
That's because I didn't know you were in the hospital. If I had known how serious it was.
Even if we weren't hospitalized, I couldn't forgive you. The thought of getting sick again and having a husband and father who won't help? I don't need someone like that.
I was thoughtless. I just assumed it was a cold, that a fever wasn't serious.
Fevers can kill people. They can cause permanent damage, too. Emma could have died, Mark.
I'm sorry. Please, I want another chance. I'll help with childcare properly this time.
You had over 3 months of chances. It's weird that it took divorce papers to make you realize. I told you so many times to help with housework and childcare, but you did nothing. That's on you.
I know I was terrible. Let me make it up to you both.
With what? More empty promises?
I was taking you for granted. Mom explained how hard childcare really is, and I truly regret everything.
Do you really regret it? Because I don't think so. You knew I was coming today for our discussion, but when I arrived, the house was a mess. If you were really sorry, you would have at least cleaned up. It wasn't an environment Emma and I could return to.
I was busy and fell asleep.
Already making excuses again.
Work has been hectic.
Still making excuses. You had weekends, too. Nothing's changed. Even after I left, you probably thought I'd come back anyway. That's why the house is still a mess. You were planning to make me clean it when I returned, weren't you?
No, I thought we could do it together.
See, that's exactly what I can't handle. If you were truly sorry, you would have cleaned up yourself. Your apology is just words. I know that if I came back, I'd end up doing all the childcare and housework again.
That's not true. I'll really do it this time. Please, Sarah, come back. You and Emma really are important to me.
If we were that important, you wouldn't have abandoned us when we had high fevers.
I thought it was just a cold.
Stop using that excuse. I can't be with someone who abandons their family when they're sick and need help. It's not about whether it was just a cold. You ignored us when we were asking for help. And Emma was just a baby.
I'm sorry. I'm really sorry, but is a divorce too harsh? Think about Emma. She was just born. I want to live with her and be a father to her.
You should have thought about being a father 3 months ago. We don't need a father who doesn't care about his child. Stop making me repeat myself.
But being a single mother will be so hard. You said you didn't want to go back to work right away. You wanted to be with Emma while she's little. If you don't divorce me, you can stay a stay-at-home mom.
Are you trying to use money to manipulate me now? You'll pay child support, and both our parents and your mom will help until Emma turns 3. I'll be fine.
Still, raising a child alone will be tough.
Weren't you the one who said there are people raising children alone? Well, I'm prepared for that now.
I'm so sorry. Really, I'll change my ways, I promise.
You don't need to do anything for me anymore. But if you want to take responsibility as Emma's father, I won't cut off contact completely.
So you're really going through with the divorce? I really regret everything. I want to change.
I don't have any trust or love left for you.
I can't live without you and Emma. You two are my motivation to work hard. Please don't abandon me.
You abandoned us first. And you're the one who told me not to rely on you. Don't expect me to forgive you now. You are so self-centered. After several discussions about divorce, we decided on a 1-year separation. Despite how terribly he treated us, he is still Emma's father. While my relationship with him is over, I reconsidered and decided to give him a chance to be a responsible father. We'll still divorce after 1 year, but I'm giving him this opportunity to prove himself as Emma's dad. But since the separation, he's been like a different person, visiting our home daily to help with Emma's care. Honestly, he's being more of a father now than when we lived together. While I can't forgive what he said and did, I can acknowledge him a little bit as Emma's father. Meanwhile, I'm working on building a foundation to raise Emma on my own. When things get tough, I know I can rely on both our parents and his mother for support. So Emma won't feel lonely. My relationship with my husband won't return to what it was. But as father and mother, as parents, we'll both give our daughter all the love we can.
Thanks for your hard work today, Rachel. I'm doing fine. But was there something wrong with my work?
Sarah, got a minute? Let's chat. No, nothing like that.
Did I make a mistake with the Henderson account? I noticed you were reviewing it earlier.
Not at all. You're actually quite thorough with the paperwork. Just wondering how you're feeling after 2 months with us. Have you gotten used to the work environment?
Everyone's been so kind. It's a really great place to work.
That's good to hear. Though I noticed you stayed late yesterday. Having trouble keeping up?
Oh no, I just wanted to double check everything before the client meeting.
You worked in this industry before, right?
Yes, until my husband got transferred. Though the specifics are different between companies, so I'm working hard to catch up to everyone's level.
At your previous company, were you full-time?
Yes, I was there for 3 years.
Must have been hard to give that up.
It was, but that's life. I'm grateful for this opportunity.
You don't need to push yourself so hard. You're already pulling your weight, and the CEO seems impressed.
Oh no, it's nothing like that.
I saw you talking with the CEO after the department meeting. I heard you were offered a full-time position?
Well, it wasn't a formal offer. I don't think they were serious.
That's not what I heard. The CEO specifically mentioned your attention to detail.
The CEO knows my husband's job involves transfers.
Oh, right. Your husband gets transferred a lot? Wow.
So I probably won't be able to stay long. Maybe 2 years or so.
Must be difficult, always starting over.
It has its challenges, but we make it work.
Such a waste of talent. The company could really use someone with your experience long term.
I really don't have any special talent. I'm just learning every day.
No need to be so modest. The team already relies on your work. Especially with the new project coming up.
New project?
Oh, maybe I shouldn't have mentioned that yet. The CEO was considering you for the lead role.
That's very kind, but I'm still too new. You're around my age and already learning the team. That's amazing.
Well, I've just focused entirely on my career. Unlike some people, I don't have other obligations. You know how it is. Lots of women give up on advancement when they get married or have kids. As a single woman, work is all I have.
I'm sure having a focused career path has its advantages.
It does. No distractions. Though sometimes I wonder if I've missed out on other things.
Oh, but don't you have a boyfriend?
Well, yeah, but we're both independent. We don't meet when work is busy, and he's got his own restaurant to run.
Your boyfriend owns a restaurant? That must be exciting.
Yeah, he runs that Italian place in the next town over. It's pretty well known. Very exclusive.
Oh, the one with the black sign. I've heard great things about it.
Yes, that's it. You know it? Not many people in your neighborhood would.
I love that place. We go there often. The seafood pasta is amazing.
Oh, really? Must be nice to be so well off. Most part-timers can't afford to eat out much. Especially at high-end places.
Well, we don't have kids. And we both work, so we have a bit of extra money. Though we try to be careful with spending.
I see. Couples without kids have it easiest. All that disposable income. Though I noticed you looking at baby clothes online during lunch. Quite expensive ones, too.
Oh, you saw that? I didn't realize anyone was watching.
The office walls are glass, remember? I can see everyone's screens from my desk. Part of my supervisory duties.
I was just browsing for my friend's baby shower. She's due next month.
Really? You seemed pretty focused. For someone just shopping for a friend.
I suppose. Though we do want children eventually. When the time is right.
But you're getting close to advanced maternal age. Shouldn't you start trying soon? TikTok, right?
Well, yes, but that's rather personal.
Have you seen a specialist? My friend went through that whole process. Very expensive, from what I heard. Insurance doesn't cover much.
I'd rather not discuss.
Are you having fertility treatments? Is that why you need the extra money?
That's quite personal. I don't feel comfortable.
Oh, my God, I'm so sorry. That was totally insensitive of me. I just get carried away sometimes.
No, it's okay. Let's just change the subject.
See, this is what happens when I'm too direct. I didn't mean anything by it. I just worry about my team members, especially the vulnerable ones.
I understand. Don't worry about it. Though I wouldn't say I'm vulnerable.
You know, stress can affect fertility. All those late nights at work.
Rachel, please stop.
Sorry, there I go again. Let's talk about something else. Like your husband's job. What exactly does he do? Must be pretty important to get all those transfers.
He's in corporate consulting, working with different branches.
Must be good money. Is that why you only work part-time? So you can be available for him?
No, I enjoy working. I've always wanted my own career.
Even though you'll have to quit when you have kids? If you can have them, I mean.
Who said anything about quitting? Many women balance both.
Oh, most women do. Especially with a husband who travels. Can't leave the babies alone, right?
I haven't made any decisions about that. Every family is different.
That's good. You're still pretty new to the area, right? If you ever need help with anything, just let me know. Work stuff or personal, doesn't matter. I know how lonely it can get.
Thank you. I'll definitely ask if I need anything. That's very kind.
It's not like I have anything but work anyway. My boyfriend's been so busy lately. When did you last say you visited his restaurant?
Last weekend, I think. During the dinner rush.
Oh, he didn't mention seeing you. Strange, since he usually notices all the pretty customers.
It was quite busy. I wouldn't expect him to remember everyone.
He usually notices attractive customers, especially ones who come without their husbands.
I wouldn't know about that. As I said, I was there with my husband.
Besides, you seem kind of vulnerable. Being new here and all. All alone most of the time.
I wouldn't say vulnerable. I'm quite comfortable here.
You remind me of myself when I was less experienced. Before I learned how the world really works.
I have worked in this industry before. For quite a while, actually.
That's not what I meant. You just seem naive sometimes. Like you trust people too easily.
I should get back to work. These reports won't finish themselves.
Feel free to reach out anytime. We girls need to stick together. Especially in this industry. It can be so cutthroat sometimes.
Thanks, I appreciate that. Though I can handle myself.
And let me know the next time you visit the restaurant. I could join you and your husband. Keep you company while he's away.
Sure, maybe sometime when things are less busy.
You seem hesitant. Don't you want to be friends?
Not at all, just busy with work. Trying to stay focused.
Right, the work you might leave soon anyway. When your husband gets transferred again.
I should really finish these reports. The deadline is approaching.
Of course, don't let me keep you. Just looking out for you like a big sister. Someone needs to.
Thank you for your concern, but I'm fine, really.
Anytime. That's what supervisors are for. We take care of our own, whether they want it or not. I'm sorry to message outside of work hours, Sarah. I know it's late, but I couldn't sleep. I was hesitating to ask, but something's been bothering me. As your supervisor, I feel responsible.
Is everything okay, Rachel? Did something happen at work?
Has something happened recently? You seem different.
What do you mean? Have I done something wrong?
You just seem down lately, like there's this negative energy around you at work. The team's noticed too. Everyone's worried about you.
Have I been affecting the team's work? I've been trying to keep things professional.
No, we're just concerned. You used to smile more, and now you seem anxious. Always looking over your shoulder.
Does it show that much? I thought I was hiding it better.
Well, yeah, that's why I'm asking. Something's wrong, isn't it? You can trust me, Sarah. We're friends, right?
Actually, I've been dealing with some harassment. Someone's been vandalizing my mailbox and stuffing it with garbage. I didn't want to tell anyone at work.
Oh no, that's terrible. Has anything else happened? You can tell me everything.
There were some scratches on our front door last week. And some disturbing notes.
Well, that sounds scary. You seem sensitive. This must be really hard on you. Especially after being alone so much.
I've been trying not to let it bother me, but I guess it shows on my face. I'm sorry about that. I should be stronger.
You don't need to apologize. The person doing this is the one who's wrong. Though, sometimes these things happen for a reason. When did this start happening?
About 3 weeks ago. Right after the department meeting.
That's around when you started staying late at work. Interesting timing.
Yes, I guess I've been avoiding going home early. It's worse at night.
Do you have any idea who it might be? Someone from work, maybe?
We've only lived here for 3 months, and I haven't really formed many relationships yet. Since it's happening at our house, maybe it's someone in the neighborhood? But everyone seemed so nice when we moved in.
Yeah. Oh, come to think of it, your area doesn't have the best reputation. I should have warned you earlier.
Really? The realtor said it was a good neighborhood.
Well, it's fine closer to the station, but there's that housing project nearby. You know how these things are.
We chose it because it was convenient for commuting, and the rent was reasonable.
Not to sound judgmental, but it's not exactly an affluent area. I've heard there are quite a few troubled kids there, lots of single-parent households, too. They're probably just acting out their frustrations. Targeting successful people like you.
You think kids are behind this? But some of the notes seemed so personal.
Has anything been stolen? Any break-in attempts?
No, just vandalism. And the notes.
Then it's probably just pranks. I mean, you haven't had any conflicts with your neighbors, right? Besides the obvious class difference.
That's true. Though someone did leave a note last night. It was worse than the others.
A note? What did it say? You can tell me anything.
Just some nasty things. I'd rather not repeat them. I've been thinking about going to the police if it continues, just to be safe.
The police? Oh, don't you think that's a bit extreme for some childish pranks?
It's getting worse, though, and the notes are getting more threatening.
But involving the police could escalate things. Those kids probably have records already. Do you want to ruin their lives over this?
My husband thinks we should install cameras, just to have evidence if needed.
That seems excessive. If it's just pranks, it'll probably stop soon. Besides, cameras are expensive. And with your fertility treatments...
You're right. I'd rather not make a big deal out of it, so I'll wait a bit longer. Maybe it will stop on its own.
Yes, that's the smart thing to do. Has your husband been home during any of this, or is he still traveling?
No, he's been traveling a lot lately. Back-to-back assignments.
Must be lonely, being in a new place, dealing with this alone. No wonder you seem so fragile lately.
It's not ideal, but I can handle it.
Oh, by the way, I heard you visited my boyfriend's restaurant again. He said you came by and introduced yourself. Said you seemed stressed.
Yes, I'm a big fan of the place. The food helps take my mind off of things.
He said you're quite beautiful, even when you look worried. Said you were there alone this time?
No, I was with my husband. We always go together.
That's not what he told me. He said you were sitting alone at the bar.
Then there must be some mistake. I never sit at the bar.
He's usually very observant, especially with beautiful women who come in alone.
That's very kind of him. Thanks for passing that along.
I think he's right, though. You're well liked at work, too. Everyone speaks highly of you. Maybe too highly.
I'm glad I haven't made any enemies. I try to stay professional.
But if this isn't just pranks, but actual harassment, you must have hurt someone somewhere. Maybe led them on somehow?
I suppose that's possible, though I can't think of how.
Maybe you should be more careful about how you act, how you dress, how you talk to people's boyfriends.
What do you mean by that? I'm always professional.
Oh, I'm not blaming you or anything. Sorry about that. I tend to be pretty blunt. Just trying to help you understand why these things happen.
Yes? You're just worried about me, right? That's all this is?
Exactly. I'm concerned about you. Someone has to be. Besides, it's better to get things off your chest. Especially if you're going through fertility treatments. You can't afford to be stressed. Stress is bad for conception,
That's true. Though I never said I was having treatments.
Let me know if anything else happens with the harassment. I'm always here to listen. Day or night. I know all about your situation now.
I understand. Thank you for everything.
It's nothing. I am your supervisor after all, and we need to help each other out. Plus, I'd hate to see you quit over something like this. You're too valuable to the company. Well, for now at least. Until your husband gets transferred again. Or until other things force you to leave. Stay strong, okay?
Thank you, Rachel. I appreciate your concern.
And Sarah, maybe don't mention our chat to anyone else. People might get the wrong idea about the neighborhood. Or about you.
Of course. I understand completely.
Is this Miss Coleman's contact information? This is an urgent legal matter.
Yes, this is Sarah Coleman. I'm sorry, who is this? Your number isn't in my contacts.
This is attorney Jennifer White, with White and Associates Law Firm.
An attorney? At this hour?
From White and Associates Law Firm, a reputable practice handling sensitive matters.
I've never heard of your firm. Where are you located?
I got your contact information from someone. Someone who knows your situation well.
Someone? Who? This seems very irregular.
I can't disclose that due to privacy concerns. But rest assured, this is a serious matter.
What kind of legal matter is this regarding? And why contact me so late?
I'm contacting you about your husband. It's a rather delicate situation.
My husband? Why are you contacting me instead of him? And honestly, it seems inappropriate to contact me out of nowhere like this, especially by text message.
Your husband has been ignoring our communications. We've tried reaching him multiple times.
I find that hard to believe. We share everything. He would have mentioned being contacted by a lawyer.
I'm contacting you because your husband won't agree to a settlement. He's been quite uncooperative.
Settlement? What settlement? This makes no sense.
I've been hired by a certain woman. Someone from your husband's past.
What woman? What are you talking about?
A former colleague of your husband. From his time in Vancouver. She claims she was assaulted by your husband, Mike. She's pregnant now, and we're seeking damages.
Damages? This has to be some kind of prank. Or a scam.
Are you going to refuse to discuss this, too? Like your husband did? My client is very distressed. She suffered emotional trauma.
I don't understand what's happening. None of this makes any sense.
Mike has hurt a woman. My client is severely traumatized. She's having nightmares.
When did this allegedly happen? I want specific details.
3 months ago, at a corporate retreat. All the evidence has been documented. How can you call this a prank when someone's life has been ruined? A baby's future is at stake.
What company retreat? What company does Mike work for?
The one in Vancouver, at the Harbor Hotel.
There's something very wrong here. I think there's been a mistake. I'm Mike. So this story can't possibly be true.
That's impossible. We've done our research. We have proof.
Have you? What company does Mike work for, since you've done such thorough research?
That's confidential information. I'm not at liberty to discuss those details.
Of course it is. How convenient.
If you want to avoid a lawsuit, pay $30,000 in damages. This is a one-time offer.
And there it is. Finally showing your true colors.
This is a very generous offer, given the circumstances.
What kind of lawyer sends threats by text? At night, from an unlisted number?
Many cases are settled out of court. It's common practice.
What's your bar number? Every legitimate attorney has one.
That's not relevant right now. We can discuss credentials later.
It's absolutely relevant. What law firm did you say you were with again? I'd like to look it up.
White and Associates, a prestigious firm.
And where are your offices located? Should be an easy answer.
That's not important. We can meet at a neutral location.
It is to the Bar Association, which I'll be contacting tomorrow.
Listen, if you don't pay, things might get worse.
What are you talking about? Are you threatening me now? Stop this nonsense. My name is Sarah Mike Coleman, and my husband's name is James. There is no Mike.
I apologize. As the representing attorney, I was told Mike was the assailant. There must have been a mix-up.
What kind of attorney gets their client's name wrong? Who put you up to this? This harassment needs to stop.
I don't know what you mean. This is a legitimate legal matter.
Wait, are you the one who's been harassing my house? The timing fits perfectly.
Hold on.
The timing fits. First the vandalism, now this. This number, it's a burner phone, isn't it? Just like the anonymous notes.
I don't have to answer those questions. This conversation is over.
No, but the police might be interested. Especially since I've been documenting everything. Every note, every incident. What's going on? Your silence speaks volumes. Rachel, is that you?
This is just a misunderstanding, a simple case of mistaken identity.
Is it Rachel? The writing style is the same as your text. Hello? Don't ignore me. Answer me.
You're making a mistake. This has nothing to do with work.
The only mistake was trusting you, thinking you actually cared.
I'm ending this conversation. Do not contact this number again.
Of course you are. But this isn't over, not by a long shot. I have everything documented. Rachel? Hello, do you have a minute? We need to talk.
Oh, Sarah. What's up? Everything okay? You're taking a day off today, right?
Yes, that's right. But I'm not resting.
Is everything okay? You're still having trouble with those pranks? Those awful neighborhood kids?
Actually, that's what I wanted to discuss. Something interesting happened.
Did something happen? Was it those kids I warned you about? Ugh, I knew they were trouble.
We found out who's been harassing me. All of it. Everything.
How? Was it those kids I warned you about? I knew it had to be them.
They were caught on my neighbor's security camera. Very clear footage, actually.
Oh, really? So it was kids after all? I told you it was probably just neighborhood trouble. Those housing project kids.
Yes, it was. But apparently they were put up to it. By an adult. Someone who paid them.
What do you... Oh, that's terrible. Do you know who? We should report them.
I think you know exactly who. Don't you, Rachel?
What are you implying? I've only tried to help you.
A week ago, someone pretending to be a lawyer tried to extort money from me with a ridiculous story. The harassment had gotten so bad that I immediately called the police. They've been investigating.
Oh, the police? Why didn't you tell me? I said I'd help you. You're more vindictive than I thought. After everything I've done for you?
Vindictive? That's an interesting choice of words. Why would you use that word, Rachel?
I just meant... you're taking this too personally.
Why would I trust you when I didn't know who was behind it? And I'm glad I didn't, because it was you, Rachel. It was you all along.
What are you talking about? That's ridiculous. You have no proof.
The middle school students told us everything, how you paid them to do it. They were very specific. About the amounts, about where you met them, about what you told them to do.
That's just their word against mine. It could be lies. You're going to believe delinquents? They're troubled kids, remember? I warned you about them.
Interesting how you knew exactly which kids to blame. Considering our neighborhood has hundreds of children.
Everyone knows about the problems in that neighborhood. I was trying to protect you.
We have proof. The security cameras in the area caught you giving money to the kids. Multiple times. At different angles.
That could have been anyone. You can't prove it was me.
Remember how you said my neighborhood wasn't safe? Well, because of all the bike thefts and shoplifting, there are quite a few cameras installed. High quality ones. With night vision. The police investigated everything, especially after the fake lawyer tried to extort money. By the way, impersonating a lawyer is illegal. Did you know that?
It could have just been a prank. Maybe someone trying to make me look bad. Someone who's jealous of my position.
Illegal is illegal. You've committed actual crimes. You understand that, right? This isn't just workplace drama anymore.
It won't hold up in court. I work at the same company as you. Why would I get your name wrong? It doesn't make sense.
How did you know I was talking to a lawyer? I never mentioned that to you, not once. And the boyfriend's restaurant? I checked it. Closed 6 months ago. Never reopened.
Sarah, I'm so sorry. I just wanted to make you uncomfortable. It wasn't supposed to go this far.
Finally admitting it? You got my name wrong because you took it from my mailbox, didn't you? At work, we only use last names. You didn't know my full name until you started stalking me.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean for it to go this far. I was just trying to teach you a lesson.
Why did you do this to me? What did I ever do to you?
I was frustrated. You're married, but still have a good career and skills. Even the CEO wants you as a full-time employee. It's not fair.
That was just politeness. From a brief conversation.
No, that's what you don't get. They never offered me full-time that quickly. I had to work years for it. You fit in right away and you're my age. I was afraid you'd threaten my position. Plus, you were flirting with my boyfriend.
I wasn't. I'm married, remember? And there was no boyfriend. The restaurant has been closed.
How would I know? Plenty of married people have affairs. I've seen how men look at you. How the CEO looks at you.
So you just decided to hate me based on your own assumptions? You made up an entire story about a boyfriend who doesn't exist? Created this whole fantasy about me trying to steal your life?
It's your fault for always being so cheerful, always so perfect, always so professional. You're already happily married, but you're trying to take my job too? You're just going to leave in a few years anyway, so who do you think you are? You don't deserve any of this.
I was just doing the work I was given. You're the one who created this entire situation in your head. I never threatened you.
Whatever, let's just forget about this. If we do, I won't bother you anymore. We can start fresh like it never happened.
You think it's that simple? After months of harassment? After threatening my safety? I'm not the let-it-go type you think I am. I just moved here and was being harassed. Do you know how much stress that caused me? How many nights I couldn't sleep?
I'm your supervisor. You should think about your position. I could make you quit if I wanted to. I could make your life hell.
Actually, you should think about your position. The CEO is reading this conversation with me right now, and all of this is in writing. You're creating your own evidence. And by the way, deleting it now won't help. We have screenshots.
No, wait, Sarah, please wait. This isn't what it looks like. I'm really sorry. Please forgive me. I'll do anything. We can work this out.
It's too late for apologies, but let me say one last thing. You're not straightforward at all. You're toxic. You're just being cruel and calling it being direct. And by the way, I'm not weak. You're the one who needs to toughen up. You're the one who made up stories about boyfriends and imagined threats. You're the one who hired children to do your dirty work.
Sarah, please, don't do this to me. I'll lose everything.
Goodbye, Rachel. The CEO will be in touch.
Don't do this, please. I can explain.
There's nothing left to explain. After that, Rachel was called in by the CEO and severely reprimanded. Rachel? Hello, do you have a minute? We need to talk.
Oh, Sarah. What's up? Everything okay? You're taking a day off today, right?
Yes, that's right, but I'm not resting.
Is everything okay? You're still having trouble with those pranks? Those awful neighborhood kids?
Actually, that's what I wanted to discuss. Something interesting happened.
Did something happen? Was it those kids I warned you about? Ugh, I knew they were trouble.
We found out who's been harassing me. All of it. Everything.
How? Was it those kids I warned you about? I knew it had to be them.
They were caught on my neighbor's security camera. Very clear footage, actually.
Oh, really? So it was kids after all? I told you it was probably just neighborhood trouble. Those housing project kids.
Yes, it was. But apparently they were put up to it. By an adult. Someone who paid them.
What do you... Oh, that's terrible. Do you know who? We should report them.
I think you know exactly who. Don't you, Rachel?
What are you implying? I've only tried to help you.
A week ago, someone pretending to be a lawyer tried to extort money from me with a ridiculous story. The harassment had gotten so bad that I immediately called the police. They've been investigating.
Oh, the police? Why didn't you tell me? I said I'd help you. You're more vindictive than I thought. After everything I've done for you?
Vindictive? That's an interesting choice of words. Why would you use that word, Rachel?
I just meant... you're taking this too personally.
Why would I trust you when I didn't know who was behind it? And I'm glad I didn't, because it was you, Rachel. It was you all along.
What are you talking about? That's ridiculous. You have no proof.
The middle school students told us everything, how you paid them to do it. They were very specific. About the amounts, about where you met them, about what you told them to do.
That's just their word against mine. It could be lies. You're going to believe delinquents? They're troubled kids, remember? I warned you about them.
Interesting how you knew exactly which kids to blame. Considering our neighborhood has hundreds of children.
Everyone knows about the problems in that neighborhood. I was trying to protect you.
We have proof. The security cameras in the area caught you giving money to the kids. Multiple times. At different angles.
That could have been anyone. You can't prove it was me.
Remember how you said my neighborhood wasn't safe? Well, because of all the bike thefts and shoplifting, there are quite a few cameras installed. High-quality ones. With night vision. The police investigated everything, especially after the fake lawyer tried to extort money. By the way, impersonating a lawyer is illegal. Did you know that?
It could have just been a prank. Maybe someone trying to make me look bad. Someone who's jealous of my position.
Illegal is illegal. You've committed actual crimes. You understand that, right? This isn't just workplace drama anymore.
It won't hold up in court. I work at the same company as you. Why would I get your name wrong? It doesn't make sense.
How did you know I was talking to a lawyer? I never mentioned that to you, not once. And the boyfriend's restaurant? I checked it. Closed 6 months ago. Never reopened.
Sarah, I'm so sorry. I just wanted to make you uncomfortable. It wasn't supposed to go this far.
Finally admitting it? You got my name wrong because you took it from my mailbox, didn't you? At work, we only use last names. You didn't know my full name until you started stalking me.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean for it to go this far. I was just trying to teach you a lesson.
Why did you do this to me? What did I ever do to you?
I was frustrated. You're married, but still have a good career and skills. Even the CEO wants you as a full-time employee. It's not fair.
That was just politeness. From a brief conversation.
No, that's what you don't get. They never offered me full-time that quickly. I had to work years for it. You fit in right away and you're my age. I was afraid you'd threaten my position. Plus, you were flirting with my boyfriend.
I wasn't. I'm married, remember? And there was no boyfriend. The restaurant has been closed.
How would I know? Plenty of married people have affairs. I've seen how men look at you. How the CEO looks at you.
So you just decided to hate me based on your own assumptions? You made up an entire story about a boyfriend who doesn't exist? Created this whole fantasy about me trying to steal your life?
It's your fault for always being so cheerful, always so perfect, always so professional. You're already happily married, but you're trying to take my job too? You're just going to leave in a few years anyway, so who do you think you are? You don't deserve any of this.
I was just doing the work I was given. You're the one who created this entire situation in your head. I never threatened you.
Whatever, let's just forget about this. If we do, I won't bother you anymore. We can start fresh, like it never happened.
You think it's that simple? After months of harassment? After threatening my safety? I'm not the let it go type you think I am. I just moved here and was being harassed. Do you know how much stress that caused me? How many nights I couldn't sleep?
I'm your supervisor. You should think about your position. I could make you quit if I wanted to. I could make your life hell.
Actually, you should think about your position. The CEO is reading this conversation with me right now, and all of this is in writing. You're creating your own evidence. And by the way, deleting it now won't help. We have screenshots.
No, wait, Sarah, please wait. This isn't what it looks like. I'm really sorry. Please forgive me. I'll do anything. We can work this out.
It's too late for apologies, but let me say one last thing. You're not straightforward at all. You're toxic. You're just being cruel and calling it being direct. And by the way, I'm not weak. You're the one who needs to toughen up. You're the one who made up stories about boyfriends and imagined threats. You're the one who hired children to do your dirty work.
Sarah, please, don't do this to me. I'll lose everything.
Goodbye, Rachel. The CEO will be in touch.
Don't do this, please. I can explain.
There's nothing left to explain. Then, other employees came forward revealing that Rachel had previously harassed people until they quit. While the CEO was investigating these claims, Rachel resigned and moved back to her hometown. I agreed to settle the matter of Rachel's harassment privately. Some might think I'm being too lenient, but even if she'd been arrested, it would have been her first offense, and she wouldn't have served time. I figured it was better to resolve it with a financial settlement and a promise to stay away from me. Rachel also explained that she had recently been dumped by her boyfriend and took out her stress and anxiety on me. She apologized for that. Honestly, her actions were so pathetic that I didn't even have the energy to stay angry. While I'll never forget what she did to me, I hope she gets the help she needs and finds some peace. This whole experience was shocking because I really didn't do anything to deserve this treatment. But I'm not going to let it drag me down. I'm choosing to stay positive and live my life with optimism. After that, Rachel was called in by the CEO and severely reprimanded. Then, other employees came forward revealing that Rachel had previously harassed people until they quit. While the CEO was investigating these claims, Rachel resigned and moved back to her hometown. I agreed to settle the matter of Rachel's harassment privately. Some might think I'm being too lenient, but even if she'd been arrested, it would have been her first offense, and she wouldn't have served time. I figured it was better to resolve it with a financial settlement and a promise to stay away from me. Rachel also explained that she had recently been dumped by her boyfriend and took out her stress and anxiety on me. She apologized for that. Honestly, her actions were so pathetic that I didn't even have the energy to stay angry. While I'll never forget what she did to me, I hope she gets the help she needs and finds some peace. This whole experience was shocking because I really didn't do anything to deserve this treatment. But I'm not going to let it drag me down. I'm choosing to stay positive and live my life with optimism.
Tom, I'm sorry. I have to work overtime today. There are leftovers in the fridge, so just cook some rice and eat without me.
No worries, I'll be home late too.
You're working overtime too?
Yeah, it's been really busy lately.
This is the third time this week you're coming home late.
The project deadline is coming up.
Well, that's good timing then, but you've been working late a lot. Another client dinner?
What do you mean another?
You've had client dinners every other day this month.
The company expects it.
Well, you always smell like alcohol when you come home late.
I just have a few drinks after work, that's not a big deal.
A few drinks doesn't leave that strong a smell.
Are you monitoring my drinking now?
But remember last month's health checkup? The doctor warned you about drinking too much. Maybe you should cut back a bit.
I'm not drinking that much, I'm fine. Besides, your cooking is always the same, that's why I prefer eating out.
What does my cooking have to do with your drinking?
If the food was better at home, maybe I'd eat here more.
I try to cook healthy meals.
Healthy doesn't have to mean boring. Sure, it's all brown food and stews. You think making stews is enough. The seasoning is old-fashioned too. You should try to learn more.
I cook what's good for your health. The doctor said you need to watch your diet.
There you go again with the doctor.
If you have complaints, why don't you cook yourself?
That's why I eat out. Oh, and it's not just the cooking that's old-fashioned. It's your whole look.
What brought this on suddenly?
I'm just saying what everyone thinks.
Who is everyone?
People at work. They ask if my wife ever updates her style.
You keep saying I'm old-fashioned, but you're the same age as me, so you're just an old man yourself. Stop criticizing just me.
No, I take care of my appearance. I wear cologne and keep my hair styled. You always wear your hair in the same ponytail and wear the same suits. Are you okay? Don't the young people at work make fun of you?
My colleagues respect my work, not my appearance.
That's what people say when they've given up.
I keep myself clean.
Being unfashionable is the problem. Plus, middle-aged women develop body odor, so you should care more about that and put more effort into your appearance.
Remember what you said when I bought new skincare products? You said, an ugly person won't change no matter what they do.
All right, that's true. But nowadays, you really should try. You're not young anymore.
So which is it? Should I try or is it hopeless?
Just put in some effort. You're embarrassing me.
I see.
Don't get sulky. I'm trying to help you. Well, at least you have your career going for you. But thinking about the future, you should study beauty and fashion. Now that we're done raising our kid, you have more time to enjoy yourself.
We may be done raising our son, but we still have the mortgage.
That'll be paid off soon.
I'll think about myself after we've finished paying it off.
That's too late, I think.
Why?
Just a feeling. Well, that's my advice. Oh, I'll probably be home around the last train.
Another late night?
Don't start.
All right.
What? Are you sulking because I called you old-fashioned?
Just forget it.
That's what makes you unattractive. Since you're an old lady, at least try to be charming. This is why I don't want to come home.
Do whatever you want.
See? This attitude is exactly the problem.
Message me when you're on your way home.
Don't wait up.
Tom, where are you? Can't you come home right now?
Can't.
What do you mean you can't?
Just busy.
It's your day off. You're just out having fun.
Still can't come back right now.
I need to talk to you about something important.
Can it wait?
No, it can't. I just got back from the bank.
What were you doing at the bank?
Fine, let me ask you this. You've been using our savings without permission, haven't you?
You caught me.
Is that all you have to say?
What else is there to say?
Are you kidding me? You've withdrawn nearly $20,000 in the past few months. What were you thinking?
Things cost money. I'm at that age where I need to maintain a certain image.
What image requires $20,000?
You wouldn't understand.
So you've been splurging on shopping?
Don't call it splurging. These are necessary expenses.
What's necessary about emptying our account?
I didn't empty it.
That money was for our retirement. If you keep this up, our savings will disappear quickly.
We still have plenty left.
We have less than half of what we had 3 months ago.
Stop exaggerating.
No, we absolutely don't. I've been carefully saving all this time, and I've been paying most of the mortgage with my salary. I've been budgeting carefully and you're just spending freely?
I've been contributing too.
Really? Show me your pay stubs then.
I don't need to prove anything to you.
Since marrying me, you've hopped from job to job. Your salary hasn't increased at all. Who do you think has been supporting you all this time?
I worked and supported you when you were pregnant.
That was 20 years ago.
Still counts.
Don't act like that's something special. Besides, I went back to work right after having our son. You barely helped with childcare, and I was the one who handled all the school expenses too.
You always bring this up.
Because you never acknowledge it.
That doesn't matter. Our son turned out fine. Stop bringing up the past.
Who do you think made me bring it up?
You're always looking for reasons to complain.
I'm complaining because you stole our savings.
Then just take the same amount from our savings that I took and there won't be any complaints.
That's not the point.
Then what is the point?
The point is that you can't be trusted with our money.
Anyway, I'm busy right now. I can't listen to an old woman's nagging.
Then we'll talk properly when you get home.
Don't say things that make me not want to come home. Look, the mortgage will be paid off next month. We can always earn back what I spent.
Don't say it like it's so simple.
You worry too much.
Someone has to worry about our future.
All right, I'll make time to talk properly next month.
Why next month?
This month is bad timing.
It's bad timing because you got caught.
I'm really busy this month, but I promise I'll make time to talk next month.
I don't understand.
What's not to understand? Just wait until next month.
You're hiding something.
It's just a few weeks until next month. What's the big deal? Besides, you're not being rational right now. It's better to talk after some time has passed.
This isn't something that will become acceptable with time.
You're too emotional now.
Of course I'm emotional. You took our savings.
Anyway, no discussion until next month. Otherwise, I won't talk at all.
Fine, but we are definitely talking next month. Don't try to run away.
Whatever you say.
I mean it, Tom.
I heard you the first time. Sarah, are you home yet?
Just got in.
Look at the table.
There's divorce papers here.
Oh, you saw them. Thanks for your service, you're no longer needed. Our son is grown up and we just paid off the mortgage. I'm done.
So that's why you wanted a month to talk?
That's right. I don't have time to waste on an old lady anymore. I want to live freely now. I want to get divorced quickly and enjoy my next chapter in life. Just sign the papers and submit them.
You planned this all along.
Smart of you to figure it out.
Is that why you've been spending our savings?
What does it matter now?
Fine. Thank you. I'll submit them right away. I'll throw out the luggage, too.
What? Throw out the luggage? Why?
Did I stutter?
What are you talking about?
Oh, I mean, I'll throw out your luggage. After all, this house is in my name.
What? You're the one who should leave.
Check the property records.
This is my house.
Don't you remember? When we bought this house, you had just quit your job. The mortgage was only approved because I was working. The house is in my name.
That's impossible.
Check the documents.
I'm the head of the household.
Being registered as head of household doesn't mean you own the property.
That's not true.
Are you talking about being the registered head of household? That's not the same as property ownership. You are really stupid, aren't you?
Wait, then whose house is this?
Like I said, it's mine.
But I've been living here. I've been paying the mortgage too.
Barely. I paid most of it.
You can't just kick me out.
Actually, I can.
Fine. If it's not mine, then we should sell it and split the assets.
Oh, so you do know about that. All right, let's go with selling the house then.
You're really gonna do this?
You started this.
You're not even upset that I'm divorcing you.
Should I be?
Most wives would cry.
What? Did you want me to be upset?
No, it's better if you don't have any attachments. I'm tired of hearing your constant nagging anyway.
Is that what you think I am? Just a nagging wife?
What else?
Actually, I've been wanting to divorce you too. I knew about your affair with your subordinate.
What are you talking about?
The young woman from accounting.
You're making things up.
Don't play dumb. I investigated because you were acting strange. The money you took from our savings, you spent it on her, didn't you? I have evidence of your infidelity, and I am going to sue both you and your affair partner.
You had me investigated?
Did you think I wouldn't notice?
Wait, you're gonna sue my subordinate too?
Of course, she got involved with a married man.
Please don't. I don't want to cause her trouble.
Now you're concerned about someone?
She's innocent in this.
So you're that serious about her?
Of course! I love her incomparably more than you.
I'm planning to report this to your company, too.
You can't do that.
Watch me.
This is private. There's no need to involve the company.
You went to hotels during work hours, didn't you? While reporting an affair alone to the company might get me in trouble, reporting workplace misconduct is different.
That's not fair.
Neither was stealing our savings.
Wait, please reconsider. She's still young and I can't afford to get in trouble either. I finally found a company where I can work long term.
Then you know what you need to do to show sincerity.
Sincerity?
Money, obviously. Give me the house.
You're playing dirty.
Says the cheater.
Fine, that's fair, but you'll need to sign an agreement.
That works better for me too. I don't want you trying to claim the house later. I'll submit the divorce papers right away, and from now on, we'll be complete strangers.
You planned this too, didn't you?
No, you just made it easy.
Really? You're an unlovable woman until the end! That's why you're being thrown away as an old lady. You should realize you have no value anymore.
Get out of my house.
I'll be back for my things.
Sure, they'll be in bags outside.
Sarah, can we meet?
What? All the paperwork is done. We've settled everything financially. There's no need to meet.
Just for coffee.
No.
I want to talk.
We're divorced and I don't want to talk to you.
Things are different now.
Nothing is different.
Please, just give me a little time.
Then say it now. I'm not meeting you.
It's better to talk in person.
Text or nothing.
Actually, I want to try again.
What are you saying? That's obviously impossible.
Things are clearer now.
Clearer how?
I finally realized how important you were.
Let me guess, did your subordinate dump you?
It's not about her.
So she did dump you.
No, I just realized young women are too simple-minded to keep up with.
That's not what you said 2 weeks ago.
I was wrong then.
You weren't wrong, you were just busy spending our savings on her.
I made a mistake.
A $20,000 mistake. I knew it was just a matter of time before she dumped you, especially after the divorce. She had a real boyfriend anyway.
What?
You didn't know?
Who?
A sales guy at your company, young and handsome, I think. When I hired the private investigator, I had them look into her, too. Turns out you were just a plaything. She was using you for the money you were spending on her, though I'm surprised she went as far as sleeping with you.
You're lying.
Ask around at work.
What are you talking about?
I'm telling you why you got dumped. She was never serious about you from the start. You wanted to divorce me to be with her, but think about it. Why would a woman in her 20s want to be with a broke old man?
I'm not old.
You're older than her father.
I take care of my appearance. I can compete with young guys.
Is that what she told you?
People say I look young.
Look in the mirror properly. You're a proper old man. You bragged about wearing cologne, but it reeked. I bet everyone at work hated it.
That's not true. It was recommended to me.
By who? The saleswoman trying to make commission?
That was expensive.
The problem was how much you sprayed on you in one sitting. You shouldn't wear it to work anymore. It's considered a form of harassment these days.
You're just trying to hurt me.
No, I'm telling you the truth.
Enough! I'll stop trying impossible things.
That's for the best.
It would be good if you came back.
I told you I won't.
We can start fresh.
There is nothing left to start with.
I was a fool. I got deceived by a young woman and threw away the person who'd supported me all these years. I did something terrible.
You understand that much, but you weren't deceived. You chose to have an affair. You were just excited about dating a young woman. Don't act like a victim.
I know I messed up.
You didn't mess up. You made deliberate choices.
Please, give me one more chance. We've supported each other for over 20 years. You've always been by my side, despite how worthless I was. You must have truly loved me.
Don't try to use my past feelings against me.
But they were real feelings.
Don't be ridiculous. I stayed with you because we had a child, and I was planning to get a divorce in our later years anyway.
You didn't love me?
When was the last time you asked about my feelings?
I always cared.
I did love you. That's why I married you. But as I kept supporting you, your attitude got worse and worse, and my love wore away. Now there's nothing left.
We can rebuild it.
There's nothing to rebuild.
Sarah, I'm truly sorry. Please forgive me. I'll never hurt you again.
You already hurt me enough for a lifetime.
I can change.
The person who gets hurt never forgets. Besides, I'm really happy now. I don't have to waste time on a useless old man anymore. Maybe you're the one who should realize you have no value.
Don't use my words against me.
They're true, though, aren't they?
Please.
Don't contact me again. My ex-husband, unable to reconcile with me, apparently had nothing left to lose and ended up causing a scene at work, yelling at his former affair partner and her boyfriend. This exposed the affair to the company. The boyfriend was furious and the affair partner ended up leaving him, according to mutual acquaintances. It started with Tom confronting them in the break room. He demanded to know if they had been together all along. Their colleagues watched as he lost control, shouting about how she had used him. Security had to be called to escort him out. The affair partner quit her job after her relationship with my ex-husband and her boyfriend became public knowledge. I heard she couldn't face her coworkers after everything came out. She tried to blame Tom for misleading her, but everyone knew the truth by then. My husband still works there, but I hear he's treated coldly and nobody wants to associate with him. He sits alone at lunch now. His colleagues avoid being assigned to his projects. Even his superiors keep communication to a minimum. He made his own bed and now he has to lie in it. Our son approved of the divorce and is quite disgusted by his father's affair. He often visits to check on me, worried that I might be depressed after the divorce. Last week, he brought groceries and cooked dinner for me. He said he never realized how much I had been carrying the family until now. He told me that his father tried to contact him, asking him to convince me to reconcile. Our son refused, saying he couldn't respect someone who would treat his mother that way. It hurt to hear that their relationship had been damaged, but I was proud of our son's integrity. While it's sad that our marital love turned to hatred, I'm grateful that we had such a kind son. For better or worse, that wouldn't have happened without my ex-husband. That's the one thing I'm still thankful for. Of course, I have many complaints about childcare and household finances, but without meeting my ex-husband, our son wouldn't exist. I can think this way honestly now because I am finally free and won't be hurt anymore. While divorce often has a negative image, I'm going to turn it into something positive. My coworkers have been surprisingly supportive. Several of them have invited me to join their hobby groups. Last week, I even signed up for a cooking class. Not because Tom criticized my cooking, but because I want to learn new things for myself. Although I may not have that many years left, I intend to fully enjoy my new life from now on. I've already redecorated the house. All traces of Tom are gone. The divorce taught me something important. It's never too late to start over. I'm not just Tom's ex-wife or even just our son's mother. I am my own person, and I have plenty of life left to live on my terms.